Your name's James Brown?
Unfortunately, that's probably half the reason I do drugs. When I was a little kid, my teacher would be like, "Oh, can you dance for us?"
Oh,
Every
man.
time I go somewhere, "Oh, James Brown, where?"
Well, man, thank you for sitting down with me.
Okay, no problem.
What's your name?
James,
James. Nice to meet you, man.
nice to meet you.
So, you just want to tell me what your situation is?
Um, I used to be homeless. I came down here. I used to be living in Camille House. I used to do a lot of drugs on the street, all that. I had a stroke, and became disabled. I got housing, I got clean, and a lot of medical conditions started coming, like my diabetes, stuff like that started coming towards me, started affecting my body. Um, I became a severe diabetic, and now I come over here. The nurses pass by every every Friday, and they put the CGM on my arm.
Let me see.
That's Dexcom CGM.
Mm-hmm.
It tests your blood sugar, without you doing finger sticks. So I got an apartment. I live in Little Havana. I got an apartment. I got a roof over my head. I got food. I got the kitchen, all that.
Nice.
But some things you can't take care of.
What was your situation like? You said you were homeless
Yes.
when you were here,
Yes.
right? For how long?
I wasn't here. I was in a shelter.
Okay.
I wasn't on the street.
Okay. So what's the difference between the people that are here on the streets and then the people that are in the shelter? Can anybody get into the shelter?
Yeah, anybody can get in the shelter that wants to get in the shelter. Okay. Most people don't want to get in the shelter because they don't like the rules. They don't like the curfew. They don't like people telling them what time they gotta go to bed, what time they gotta get up, stuff like that. Structure, pretty much.
Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
You come in, you gotta follow the rules. You gotta take a shower. You gotta clean your room. You gotta do chores, stuff like that. A lot of the programs take your food stamps. Like they don't want to give up their food stamps, so they sell them for drugs. Um, they gotta get up early in the morning. They gotta be responsible. They gotta go to meetings. They gotta go to classes to help them better themselves. They gotta do things that help spiral them towards independence.
And some people don't want to do that.
No, they rather do
Really?
the drugs and alcohol.
Really?
Yeah, it's easier.
Yeah.
It was hard for me to stop doing drugs. I mean, I stopped though because I wanted a place to live. I got tired of living on the street. I wasn't living on the street. I was pretty much homeless. Homeless. I just got hurricanes. You don't want to sleep. People get happy to sleep out in the hurricane. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I'm getting old. I'm getting too old to do that stuff.
How old are you?
I'm 54.
54.
Yeah.
And what was your life like before you became homeless?
I worked a regular job before I worked a regular job before I did drugs. I worked a regular job. I had an apartment. I got into a fallout with my family. I started doing drugs, and it spiraled out of control from there.
What happened with your family?
My mom never took care of me. I don't want to blame it on her, but we just had a disconnect. We just never got along. She never really communicated with me.
And then what happened? What led you to homelessness?
I just gave up. I got tired of doing stuff for myself. I isolated. I went dark. I guess you call it going get missing. I started smoking crack, a lot of crack. I ran out of money, stuff like that.
And how long were you in the shelter?
Ooh, a year.
Yeah.
You're in the shelter a year as long as you follow the rules.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. They're from Jackson Memorial Hospital.
Okay.
They come out to do the homeless. A lot of homeless on the street. A lot of paralysis, diabetes, strokes. They do drugs and they stay right there on the street.
Yeah.
And they come out and they help them.
So when you became homeless, you said you gave up, you stopped doing things for yourself,
Yeah.
and then you ended up Was there any period of time that you were living on the streets and you said, I can't do this, so I'm going to go to the shelter?
Yeah.
Or you go straight to the shelter?
Yeah. There was a time where, I guess I remember Hurricane Katrina.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it anymore. I was on the street. I was waiting, wearing garbage bags. I couldn't do it anymore. I was getting overweight. I was getting, that's another thing. I got my, I'm getting gastric bypass in about a month and a half. I'm getting surgery now for my weight. I just gave up. I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it.
Why? Why do you say that you couldn't do it anymore?
Because I didn't want to die.
No, I'm talking about before you became homeless. You say you didn't want to do it anymore.
Oh,
why do you say you didn't want to do it anymore?
I had a fuck the world attitude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I felt like everybody was against me. I felt like nobody cared about me. I was in a serious depression. I was suicidal. I got some mental health counseling. I'm involved in mental health counseling mental health therapy right now.
That's good.
Yeah. So I go to New Horizon, which is on 36th Street. They help me with my mental health. I don't take any medication, but I do self-help, awareness checks.
That's good.
So I'm hanging in there. I mean, it's not the greatest, but I'm making it day by day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not on the street. I'm not doing drugs. I'm doing stuff that'll make me better.
I think a lot of men kind of shy away from the mental health. To get help when it comes to mental health, because we think that I think there's nothing that's going to break me down. I can carry on by myself.
Yeah.
And that is sometimes detrimental to us.
Yes, that's what saved my life, actually.
That's good.
Me reevaluating my life and me getting rid of those bad thoughts, like kill myself. You can do another drug, stuff like that. That's what saved my life. Me getting rid of those thoughts.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're getting help.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So what's your life like now?
I'm clean. I'm living in Little Havana. I have an apartment. I have money in my pocket.
That's good.
I choose not to do drugs. I can do drugs if I want to go do drugs. I choose not to do drugs. I choose to live today. I'm coming out taking care of my medical issues. I'm not wasting time. I can lay at home right now in the rain. I can go do drugs. But I choose to take care of my medication stuff today.
That's good.
Yeah.
And how long did it take you from becoming homeless to then getting an apartment and getting your life back on track?
A year and a half, 2 years. It took a lot of hard work.
Yeah. So
it's not easy. It's definitely not easy. You got temptations everywhere. So you got people offering you drugs everywhere. You look back and it's so easy to give up. It's so easy to say screw it.
And what kept you strong?
I didn't want to die. I didn't want my mother to find my body or nothing like that. So that's what it was.
Were you able to reconcile your relationship with your mom?
We're working on it. It's a work in progress. We're working on it right now.
That's good.
So we're getting there.
That's good.
Yeah.
What are your hopes for the future? You're 54. 54, so you're still young.
Yeah. My hope for the future, me to get healthy. As far as I don't want to say skinny and healthy. And maybe to walk a marathon, not run a marathon, walk a marathon. So. Yeah. I got asthma and lung problems from me doing drugs. So I want to take care of my body.
When did you first start getting into drugs?
Oh, 15. That was a long time ago.
Really?
15 years old. I grew up in Key West, so that's what happened. I used drugs many years. I abused my body.
So you started doing drugs at 15?
Yes.
Obviously, it kind of spirals out of control.
Yes, very fast.
Until you were how old?
Until I was in my 40s.
In your 40s. That's a long time.
Yes.
That's a long time to build an addiction, and then to kick that addiction. It takes a lot of hard work.
Yes. I know a lot of people that have died. So I got a lot of memories to think of.
Yeah. Well, that's good, man. I'm glad that you were able to. I mean, that it seems like a long time with an addiction, and then to be able to kick that in a year.
Yes.
I'm sure that it took a lot of hard work from your part.
It took a lot of hard work, a lot of self-reflection. It took a lot of everything.
And your motivation was your mom?
Yes. I won't say my motivation. My motivation was I wanted to live. I wanted to experience some things. I didn't want to die not doing this or not doing that. I wanted to experience some things, like helping people. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of different things. I mean, it's a big deal to walk down the street and say, give that guy $1. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For me, it is. It helps me out a lot.
Can you tell me how the mental health therapy has helped you?
By speaking, talking.
That helps.
Talk yourself better. I talk myself better.
Yeah.
I still have a psychiatrist. I mean, I have a case manager I talk to every day. She can tell me if I use her as a sounding board. She can tell me, oh, that's crazy thinking, or she calls it stinking thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have problems with my landlord. She'll say, calm down, we can work this out. You know what I'm saying? Let me call the landlord. Like my roof was leaking one day, and I got overwhelmed. I got bipolarism, whatever you want to call it, and I couldn't take it. I wanted him to come in now, and she had to calm me down. So it's a process. So
our inner dialogue is what messes with
yes,
us.
yes.
The things we say to ourselves and
Yes.
the way that we treat certain situations.
Mm-hmm.
What are you interviewing for?
To bring awareness to this, all of these situations and people living out here.
You working with like a certain organization?
No, it's just me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just me.
So we're Miami Street Medicine. We're out here every Saturday. So we basically provide.
I've met you guys before.
Yeah, we provide any type of care that we can in the process. Yeah. So if you ever need anything on our end, we're out here every Saturday.
I appreciate that so much. Thank you.
So let us know. Let us know when you're ready.
I'm ready. I'm ready right now.
What's your name, Hannah?
Hannah. Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, Hannah's the greatest.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Chelsea. What's your name?
James Brown.
James. My name is Maya. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Maya.
Your name is James Brown?
Unfortunately. That's probably half the reason I do drugs. When I was a little kid, my teacher would be like, oh, can you dance for us? Every time I go somewhere, oh, James Brown, where? Yeah, but like today is pretty depressing. I mean, they got nowhere to go. See, like times like this, I'm glad I made the choice to stop doing drugs. Because I wouldn't have any place to go. I wouldn't have any place to kick my feet up, open the refrigerator, watch TV. So you look back and you remember some of the choices you made. They were good choices.
Yeah.
So I'm happy I'm not chained to those drugs anymore.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, so I'm happy about that. I mean, I see some of the same people out here that were here years ago when I was doing drugs.
Is it still a struggle for you to keep away from the drugs?
No.
Like I saw a conversation you had with a gentleman earlier that he was offering you something and you said, no, I don't do those things anymore. Are you ever tempted to?
No, because I remember. Because I can look at them and I can remember what it was like.
Yeah.
They're just handing me back my misery if I do it. So I don't do that anymore. It's not that I don't want to. I got no need to. I don't want to poison my body.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, even the people that came by here and offered you cigarettes, you said, why are you offering me cancer?
Yeah.
Offering me food?
I don't need it.
If you don't mind me asking, you don't have to answer if you don't, but how much money do you get a month for the
$1,000 a month.
Okay. And your rent is how much?
My rent is $700.
So
then I got electric and I got water. My electric is usually $100 a month. My water is usually $79 a month. Every 3 months, my $79.
So you're only left with how much per month?
Maybe $80
for food.
Yes. What are you gonna do? You know, I'm living. I'm not on the street like this. So I'm not judging, but I'm just saying I'm not on the street dragging all my bags behind me.
Are you not able to work?
No. Okay. I have congestive heart failure. So I could have, but maybe I battered my body so much from doing drugs that I have a lot of conditions. It's my fault. I'm not complaining. It's my fault. So.
And what are you doing to better your condition? Are you
I'm getting gastric bypass surgery next month.
Nice.
I'm walking every day. I don't eat sugar at all. If I buy something, it's got to be sugar free. I don't eat starches, a lot of starches, And I try to walk. I get up every day and I move. I don't lay in bed all day.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What would you say is the biggest misconception that people have about people living in the streets? Because like I was just telling
Everybody
them,
on the street does drugs. Everybody on the street does not do drugs. A lot of people have mental problems. They don't do drugs. A lot of these people used to be corporate people working in offices, regular. I know some people that used to have wives, kids. They just went crazy. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these people aren't just homeless because they do drugs. A lot of these people are disabled. They had a stroke and they were in the hospital a month. They lost their place. You're this close from losing your place when you lose a job, lose a paycheck. You're this close. One check can spiral everything out of control. Your rent, you lose your housing, you lose your furniture, you lose everything.
and then after that comes your hope.
Yeah.
And then once you lose your
Then
hope,
you just give up.
you just give up.
Yeah.
It can happen so quickly. Right?
So quickly. It just happens.
Do you feel proud of what you've accomplished?
I don't feel proud, I feel happy.
You feel happy?
Yeah.
I think that you should feel proud because kicking an addiction is not an easy thing to do.
It's not easy. I'm still kicking. I'm going to be kicking it every day. So it's a struggle every day. Not to stop doing drugs, it's a struggle to maintain my sanity. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's good, James.
Yeah.
All right, well, James, thank you so much.
No
man.
problem.
I appreciate
No
you
problem.
sitting down with me.
No problem.